Masvidal and Burns have had a number of bitter feuds in the past, but despite this, Masvidal appreciated Burns' approach to a potential matchup, especially after the Irishman spent months trying to convince McGregor to fight him but received little response. He's also responded to a call from Burns, who has been requesting the matchup for several weeks, as the UFC's first and only BMF champion has all but given up on a potential fight against Conor McGregor. Burns even made Masvidal a stand-up fight offer if he would agree to sign a contract promising that the Brazilian grappler wouldn't attempt any takedowns during their fight, by saying, "I can sign the contract, no takedowns, I do believe I can strike with Jorge Masvidal once again. I've got a lot of respect for the guy. I think he's very tough, he's one of the BMF's over 50 fights, but I still believe I can knock him out." Masvidal replies that if the UFC were to make him an offer to fight Burns, he would gladly accept it. However, Masvidal insists that Burns should keep all of his weapons, even if it means that the fight will eventually end on the ground. Masvidal stated on The Fighter vs. The Writer that he didn't want Gilbert to sign any contracts that prohibited takedowns. "Perform your task, my brother. Follow your path to success. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I am aware that he is a world champion. In an effort to improve, I'm constantly working on my grappling. Therefore, carry out all of the things that God has blessed and given you permission to do." Burns called Masvidal out with great respect because he doesn't think their fight needs any needless trash talking when the fight can speak for itself. In regards to Burns, Masvidal said, "Definitely a fight that interests me. Before the Conor fight, that's the one who called me out, and I was like, this is a guy who comes to fight. The entire world doesn't know him, but they will because he comes to fight. He has a good style and will likely attempt to choke or knock you out. The combat is entertaining to me." Masvidal must first overcome pending assault charges from an alleged altercation with Colby Covington, a former teammate and rival, that occurred in March before he can commit to anything. These charges must be resolved before Masvidal can move forward. Masvidal is still cautiously optimistic that he'll be able to compete once more before the end of 2022, but he doesn't want to make any promises to rivals that he won't keep. "I'm setting a date," Masvidal declared, "once some of my ongoing legal matters are resolved. The fact that I still need to work out a few details before we lock in dates is another reason why we aren't setting them just yet."